New Year to everyone. My name is Scott Osborne. I'm chair of the Transformation Partnership Committee. This month, we're highlighting one of our transformation partners. Remember, these particular grants address the root causes of gender inequality, the underlying systemic issues, often the ones we don't actually see. We began these grants to fund more sustainable, long-term efforts at gender equality. Let me quickly bring home why we do this by asking you to remember that in the U.S., women could not really advance economically until they could have their own bank accounts or their own credit cards, which happened in the 1970s, or loans in their own name. These are systems change that drive greater equality. Obviously, our transformation partnerships fund organizations in other countries, but to do similar kinds of root cause work. Tonight's partner is Shared Interest, an organization based in Malawi in Southern Africa. They were a featured grantee in 2020 for a project to help women farmers distribute seeds and improve income. After many months of conversation, in 2022, we funded them for a one-year planning grant, a transformation partnership planning grant for $39,000. We call it a planning grant because it permits Shared Interest to research and test some ideas so their future programs would be more evidence-based. They wanted to figure out how not just to equip women to be better borrowers, but to get banks to change their work to be more female-centered. What are some findings they have? Well, they discovered that women borrowers repay at very high rates, but they tend to borrow in groups, in cooperatives, and thus they do not always have the formal individual credit history that banks tend to look for. They also discovered that women are less likely to have fixed collateral like land. They might have livestock or furniture or other assets, but not land. Shared Interest will now address these issues with the financial institutions. They'll be working with banks. So banks are more likely to recognize what's called movable collateral. This is a system to recognize other forms of loan collateral like livestock. Shared Interest is also going to banks to work on simplifying the application process to make sure they're aware of women's repayment history, and many other things. But after this planning grant, Shared Interest is armed now with the data to plan and move forward with their programs. And these kind of changes can create the financial environment that's more female-friendly and has implications for millions of women. This is just a snapshot of their work, but it illustrates why addressing underlying issues is so valuable. I hope you're proud to have played a small part in this. We look forward to hearing more from Shared Interest. Thank you very much.
When they look for collateral, they have designated areas, whereas when women have a house in a location which is maybe remote or not designated, the bank will not give you a loan.
The condition of the bank, they are stiff. They cannot allow a land to be a guarantee.
In Malawi, we are providing partial credit guarantees on behalf of Shared Interest to the lenders, working with the local financial institutions so that they can assist borrowers access financing. So most of the communities that we work with, they don't have access to collateral, and the partial credit guarantee from Shared Interest allows them to go into a bank and ask for a loan and get the support and services that they require to grow their businesses.
Under the training and the value addition, we believe that they can only participate fully in business if they are trained, if they have got the skills, and if we assist them to add value as well. So here we are saying we've got those that are interested to help us with the microfinance, with credit, but we must ensure that the women that are accessing those loans have a skill.
We are trying to expand access to finance for small businesses, particularly those that are Black or women-owned. To mobilize the funds, we work with organizations that are looking to invest in impacting women, first of all. And those organizations in the US, for example, we have the Religious Community Investment Fund. We have another organization called Together Women Rise. And the commonality here you can see is they're focused on women and raising funds to invest in women's good. And we thank them for that.